course we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is a coaching session, a hangout, a live stream, whatever the hell you want to talk about. And you are here with two of the most masculine alpha men on the internet. One of them is me. One of them is Jack Napier. How are you doing, my friend Jack?
Dude, I've been great. I've been spending almost a month now in Georgia, the country. I have this beautiful beachside studio right now, and I've been doing great. I've just been great. I feel free. I don't know. I don't know where to begin. I just feel great. How have you been, man? I've missed you, buddy.
I have been absolutely fantastic. Now, tell me about Lego, Jack.
Dude, I have been the
segue. What a fucking segue. So
dude,
I've been... question. Tell me about the Lego.
I've been the Lego guy for years. I used to have almost all of the Lego pirate ships, all of them. And I had them in the background. That's my thing, man. That's my jam. Lego pirates. And what was it? I had them in the background, and people started making jokes about it, where it's like, oh, Jack gets girls with Legos. And it's like, dude, you'd be surprised. A lot of chicks, they enjoy the activity of just doing something together, and a Lego set or whatever is just the thing. I've also had chicks come at my place, and they never even acknowledged the Lego. So I was like, you uncultured swine.
Yeah, that's like a red flag for you. It's like she hasn't mentioned my Lego set. It's like, I don't know if you can see behind me all the plushies there on that couch.
Mm-hmm.
If a girl doesn't mention those plushies when she comes in, it's like, I'm really sorry. Like, you might be attractive, but like, we're not going to be doing anything physical until you notice those plushies. So
yeah, it's like a little bit of acknowledgement of the taste and things like that. You don't get that, but no, I've been that guy for years, where I openly acknowledge my geeky hobbies and things like that, because I truly hate the guys who. It's not hate. Hate is too much, but I just vehemently disagree with the guys who. Basically. Yeah, I mean, you can disagree without feeling emotions, I guess, with the guys who say you need to have all you need is a masculine hobby. You can't have geeky hobbies, and you shouldn't lead with them. Dude, I hooked up with a chick here because we both were into Lego. I'm not even kidding. I am not kidding.
Bro's got that Lego game going.
He's no, like, but
I was do you have? What's your favorite piece?
No, I was talking to this chick, and all of a sudden she mentioned, like, yeah, I have an expat meetup who do D&D. And I'm like, cool, I've got the Lego D&D set. She's like, you got that? I'm like, yeah. Dude, it fits my medieval scenery perfectly. She's like, I've got the Lego Harry Potter and city sets. I'm like, really? And she went home with me that night.
Did you ever have insecurity about that stuff? Like, I used to have insecurity about the more nerdy side of me, and I was like, women wouldn't like that. And then at some point when I just started being more honest.
When I was a teenager, like, I went through that phase of like, oh, I'm too old now for hobbies, and I can't do Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon anymore. And at a certain point, I was like, I really don't give a shit what you think. I really, like, your pussy ain't made of gold. You know, and my cards are worth more than your student debt. So I couldn't care less what you. No, seriously, I have cards and I mean, this isn't a brag or anything, but I seriously have cards that are worth more than the average student debt in the Netherlands, where I'm like, eat a dick. Like, literally. It's like, you collect cards, you collect interest. I think I've got you beat, girl.
Dude, no, it's like I get this question a lot, and guys will ask me, you know, about hobbies that they think are lame or something. And bro, I swear to God, half of the hobbies they say, I'm like, aren't most of the people into that hobby women? Like, for instance, anime. I've had so many clients who are like, oh, I love anime and I'm so embarrassed about that. And it's like, what are you talking about? Women love anime. Or I'm into cosplay. It's like, great, get her to cosplay for you during sex. That would be incredible. Like,
dude, if I get a girl, blonde, big tits, dress up as Dark Magician Girl, I don't care, man. I'll get at you with that dark magic attack. I don't care.
Yeah. It comes from this like funny, I don't know. I feel like in a lot of, you know, you mentioned the manosphere before we went live. A lot of that stuff has a lot of gatekeeping and like, have we talked about this much? Are you into like BDSM much? I can't remember.
We did talk about it. We did talk about it. Like, I'm not this ultra dom whatever. I like the daddy baby girl play a bit, but it's like she calls me daddy and shit like that. I like that. And I am not a stranger to tying a girl up. Absolutely not. But like, that's more of a heat of the moment thing where it's like I grab my bathrobe cord
Sure.
or I grab a scarf or things like that. I've used gags, which is pretty fun. But the whole build up with the whips and everything, I'm like, eh. It's not really my thing. Maybe I should get into that more of like, because the whole sensation of delaying gratification is what really gets a girl off. So it wouldn't be
More than you know, that's like a huge part of what I do with BDSM stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like you delay, you edge them, things like that. So it is something I think I would benefit from to get more into. But other than that, I'm way more hands-on, physical kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I bring it up is because there's so much gatekeeping in that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is just so much gatekeeping in BDSM. Like here's the only way to do it. If you're not doing it like this, you're not doing it properly. I feel like there's a lot of that with masculine self-improvement advice as well. Like it's like if you're not doing it in this very specific way, if you stray slightly outside of that, someone somewhere on the internet will say like, this guy's a pussy because he likes X, Y, Z.
And you
So
know
easy to
what?
get
I've
caught up in that stuff.
You know what I find so hilarious about that? It always comes down to frame, right? And then people tend to forget that frame is something very personal. Like frame isn't something you have, it's who you are. And then here we are on the internet obeying other men's rules. Where it's like,
I've always found that so funny, bro. It's like, you need to be an alpha male. Do exactly what I say. And it's like, wouldn't that just make me a follower? Like, isn't that me just doing what you want me to do?
yeah, exactly. Where it's like my hair, for instance, and Robert, I saw, and like, I've had people ask me that, like,
Robert
don't
loves
you...
the hair. Robert loves that fucking hair.
Dude, I love
Robert
my
just
hair.
Can't stop
I
thinking
love
about your fabulous hair.
Dude, I am so happy I still have it. Where it's like I see guys my age and the hair is thinning and they're losing it, and like this is no shade.
I wouldn't know anything about that. By the way, I wouldn't.
Dude, I love our contrast, and you own the look so much. But like, I'm just so happy I still have it. And I've had guys come at me where it's like, don't girls hate the long hair? It's like, I don't care. I literally just don't care. Like I've had short hair. I even had the buzz cut. But when I look into the mirror, when I have short hair, I don't see myself. I just don't see myself. I could look a lot more presentable when cut hair, stuff like that. But it's not me. It's not me. And are there girls who are going to dislike the long hair? Yeah, well, not the type for me then. Not the girl for me. Are there girls who like...
You realize, like, there aren't generalities. Like, a lot of questions people ask is like, but don't girls hate long hair? And it's like, some girls do. And a lot of, you know, maybe some of the circles that you don't fully connect with, like, parts of the red pill, they just have this concept of, like, all women are exactly the same. And it's like, then why do you have any preferences? If they're all exactly the same, why do you want to sleep with some women and not other women? Like, so there's this sort of like general advice that gets asked for, like, should I do this or should I do that? And it's like, you do you, man, and then go find the people that like that.
Well, and I kind of really want to get back to the hobbies because I love that topic. I just love that topic because, like I mentioned, the frame thing, right? Where it's not just a frame thing, it's also a storytelling thing as well. Because I can tell you a lot about my cards and how I got them and what they mean to me and blah, 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 blah. But also, it's an owning it thing. It's like girls don't mind geeky hobbies. Girls mind your presentation of the hobby.
Can I add to that one extra sentence on top of that? It's not that they would find your hobbies unattractive, but if you have shame around your hobbies, shame is not attractive.
Bingo. That's the one. Like how you present it. How do you present your hobby to her? That's what gets girls off, you know? And of course, like kickboxing compared to Pokemon cards, yeah, kickboxing's going to win. Luckily, I do both. So I do recommend that get active hobbies as well, like get physical hobbies, things like that. That will always get girls wet, you know? But when you have like Warhammer or Yu-Gi-Oh or Lord of the Rings. Don't hide that. Don't hide that at all. Just own it. Like when a girl comes into your room and she sees it, don't be like, oh, sorry, I should have put those away. Be like, yeah, that's mine. Like, and you'd be surprised how many girls are like, oh, really? What's that all about? And you can tell a story about it. There's also plenty of girls who really don't care about it. They're just for dick. It's like, I don't care about all of that. Like, I just want his cock. It's like, and then later on, when you're done, you're like, this rude bitch. This rude bitch didn't ask me
How dare she
anything.
objectify me for my penis? Yeah.
Dude, I've been there. Yeah, she did. Like, how rude. Like, every time I would walk into a girl's room, I would ask something about something in the room. You know, it's just polite. Girls are they're very rude. They have no manners. They are. Here we are, manosphere, red pill, like teaching guys, like, be social, ask questions, say her name, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, girls, okay. Like, there will never be a red pill for women. There never will be a red pill space for women.
I saw you talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that? You just mean like a self-improvement group for women? Because they already have like self-improvement groups.
Is it self-improvement or is it what is the word I'm looking for here? It's self-improvement or self-affirmation. It's like, girl, you're great, you're amazing. Like, guys don't do that. Like, guys show up and they're like, hey, I need to improve. And it's like, well, you're probably a fat piece of shit. Go to the gym, lose weight, change your looks, become charming. With girls, it's like...
Do you know what's funny about this? You follow my Instagram and you follow my Twitter. So, like, I put a lot of, like, self-affirmation stuff out there. But if you read how I do it half the time, I'm like, look, you are enough. You are beautiful. Why don't you go to the gym and, like, start working on that goal as well? So you slide the self-improvement stuff in there as well as the affirmation stuff. But you're right, man. I feel like so much of, like, women's advice is just like, you're fine as you are and you'll find the right man. And she's like, well, that hasn't worked for me for the last 8 years. So, like, you're actively like not encouraging me to improve at this point.
Yeah. Is somebody doing home improvement at your end?
Yes, that's why I keep muting my fucking microphone and talking really loud to hopefully talk over the thing. I'm going to do my best to mute anytime they're going crazy, but next door to me, they're going fucking ape shit. So I'm going to be really fucking loud to hopefully cover it up, and then when I'm not talking, I'll mute. Okay, your turn. Over to you, Jack. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we have always have audio issues. It's such a shame. Our last stream, I was way too loud. But I turned the gain off for this one, so I hope it's better. But, like, there is a blue pill for women. There really is, where it's like you can do it all and you can get the career and you can get just – that's the blue pill for women, where it's like you can have it all and IVF and things like that. But there will never be –
so many fucking conversations about that with my mother as well. My mother, like, once said to me on the phone, she's like, you know, Andy – I'm not sure that modern feminism is serving women. And I was like, where the fuck did this come from? And she's just like, you know, telling all these women that they can like have a career and then they can have a family and all of that. And it's like, I just see so many, because she works in a school. She's like, I just see so many women that come back 5 years after school and they're just disillusioned because mid-20s and they don't have a man and they're getting, you know, upset over this fucking feminist utopia dream of like, you can do everything. I think men get told like that, but maybe in a more... like the Lamborghini, whatever you want to call that, like you need to have billions of dollars as a man, get a Lamborghini, have elite steroidal genetic body, and then maybe you'll get a girl. So I think both of them are being sold like a different type of lie. But it's funny how that manifests.
Well, it's the old maxim, right? Hey, Nuke, my buddy. But it's the old like women are, men become kind of thing. It's kind of like that, where women are glorified just for being. You know, they're just for being. And because they're already amazing, they can still get whatever they want when they want it. But then reality kind of kicks in and they get like 30, 40, whatever. And it's like, yeah, it didn't turn out so great, did it? And with guys, and I wrote about that on Substack, where it's like, I don't think guys have a limit. I really don't. I don't think we have a peak. As long as you work out and you take care of yourself, things like that, we can extend our sexual options for so long. Like at a certain point, it's going to end. Like if you're decrepit and 90, I don't even think you'd want it at that point anymore anyway. But we can extend it for a long time. And with women, it's just not the same thing. But since, and this is kind of like a money thing where it's like women apparently are the largest spending demographic there is, it's way more profitable to pander to women. It's like when you tell women they're amazing, they're going to buy your shit. Like there's a lot of the old school manosphere guys who figured that out. What's his name? Matthew Hussey, Tucker Max, maybe even some of the RSD guys. They figured that out. Where it's like, wait a minute, if we become more female friendly, we get a larger audience, we earn more. It's like, oh, interesting. So my next book is going to be about how great women are.
Yeah. But I feel like that does such a disservice to them. Like, you know that, I know that. It's like, I have female friends and they ask me questions, man, that sometimes the answer is so obvious, but they've just been sold all these lies for so long that, like, I don't know, they just haven't had to deal with it. They haven't had to figure out, like, what to do. So we could just have a general conversation about, like, how, I don't know, if you want to call it modern society, the media, whatever, social media, does a really good job of maybe not serving men, a really good job of maybe not serving women. And I think that's where we come in and stuff like that. And we're like, hey, look, here's what you do. Here's the action you take.
I mean, I've already given up on giving women advice. It's like, that's never going to happen. Yeah, women don't listen. Women only listen.
Yes, they do. Yes,
Really?
they do if they fucking come to you. So
that's
not mistake. You're doing the thing of like, I'm going to go help people who don't want to be helped. And I will say the same to men, bro. Okay, Jack, go outside right now. You know, you say women don't want to be helped and they don't listen. Go talk to the average guy in the street and try and help him fix his life. Good luck with that, Jack. I've fucking tried, man. I'm sure you have.
No, okay, fair point. A majority of men don't want to listen either. But
no, dude.
With women, I found that when they're not interested in you, they're definitely not going to listen. Like the only man they really listen to is the men they want to sleep with, you know? So then you can say, well, become the man she wants to sleep with. It's like, I don't have time for that. Like there are women who like me. There are women who don't like me. But with guys, they tend to look for solutions way sooner than women because men are natural problem solvers.
You reckon? Because like there's a lot of incels, bro, and like maybe that's them trying to look for a solution. Like I mean the communities of incels who sort of sit around being more unhappy rather than focusing on a solution. Would you say there's them trying to find a solution? Maybe.
That's a good one. Where do I start with this one? Where number one, incel is a choice, and a lot of people are not going to like that. And I will not deny that even though in general, men tend to be problem solvers, like in general, there's also a large demographic of men who want to seethe in their own misery. You know, they want to sit there in their own misery and be
Could you get
told
out of that?
Yeah, it's men raised as defective women.
Yeah.
It's men raised as defective women, you know, where it's like, oh, I should just be liked for who I am. And no, as a guy, you're not going to be loved for who you are. You're going to be loved for what you are. And
you will if you go out there and talk to lots of women and find the one who does love you for who you are. But it's like, by default, sitting on your couch at home, no, a woman's not going to come sprinting in through the window and kick the glass down and be like, I know that you're lovable. Whereas the opposite gender, if you're a woman and you walk down the street, yes, some guy's going to hit on you eventually.
Yeah, but even then, let's say you are a couch potato. Like, how long do you think that woman is going to love you? And what I mean by that is you might be the most
If you find another couch potato woman, they can... But yes, I get that.
But like, you get what you mean? Like, even then...
I do.
Like, even then... certain character traits are what attracts women and keep them with you. So if you are just that couch potato and you don't have an edge to you or whatever, it's like, it's not going to happen. And yes, I have known women paying for their boyfriends and they are the couch potato and things like that. But it had another thing going for them. Like they were a bum, but they were like kind of that edgy bum, you know? Know what I'm saying? At least they were charming. At least they were funny. At least they had like a shady side.
Like this, the barrier for a woman to find a guy is like down here. The barrier for a man to find a guy is like up here. So it's like
to find a woman. You mean?
Yeah.
For a guy to find a woman,
takes effort too. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, like, I remember this gay guy from London. Great, very very great guy. He was very kind, but at a certain point, I had to tell him like, no, this is not going to happen. Leave me alone. But he told me about like the gay pickup or the gay hookup community, and for the love of God, man, for the love of God, it's like men really don't need to put in much effort for each other. It's like, hey, you free?
Dude,
It's like,
okay.
yeah, it's like, holy shit.
You want to tell fucking stories about this, bro? So I had this. I don't think he'd mind me saying his name. This friend Ash, bro. Like, I swear to God, sometimes he was just like making shit up. Also, give me 1 second. Let me turn my audio up a little bit.
Yeah, because is mine still? Let me. Now I can't hear you. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Say something? Because I can't hear you now. I can't hear you at all. No audio on Andy's side. Hold up. Echo cancellation. I can't hear you.
Okay, what about now? Can you guys
Yes,
hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Like my gain is completely turned off. My gain is
Can
completely
you do
turned.
me a favor, Jack?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell me as I keep talking if my audio cuts out? Can you still hear me now, or has it cut out? Is it still going?
I hear you now, and it's better. Even.
Okay. Guys, tell me if that's better. I appreciate you sticking with us with these audio problems. So, okay.
Professional podcasters.
Let me tell you my gay story. So, my friend Ash, dude, we were in Starbucks one day, and he goes, I'm going to the bathroom. And I was like, sweet, man. He comes back like 5-10 minutes later, and he's like, I just got laid. And I was like, haha, like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And he's like, I just fucked someone. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, I literally don't understand what's happening right now. What do you mean? He's like, look. And he shows me his fucking grinder. And he's like, I just fucked this guy. The guy's like ridiculously fucking attractive, muscular as hell. I was like, what do you mean? You just went to take a piss? And he's like, no, I went to get laid. And he was literally like, this is all it is, man. And for him and for a lot of other gay friends I've had, it's like the opposite problem. It's like, how do I keep anyone around? How do I find any sort of connection? And does sex lose its meaning when you can literally duck into Starbucks and get fucked or fuck someone when you're hanging out with your friends? And so, funnily enough, long story short, we actually had a big serious intervention with him like a couple of days later. We're like, bro, like, sex is fine. It's beautiful. We're not going to judge you for that. But like, we thought we were just hanging out, the 5 of us. Like, are you okay, man? Like, is you this desperate for sex, bro? Like, so yeah, long intervention, but yeah,
dear.
wild.
Oh my!
Elon
By the
Musk's filthy jockstrap. Oh my goodness.
Oh God. Oh God.
My goodness. What is Raymond's thoughts on mines? What are you talking about, my lad? And thank you for the $2.
Yeah.
This is the most money I've ever had in my life.
Nice. By the way, could you mod me in your chat?
I have literally no idea how to do that.
Okay, you go to YouTube. You go to our live chat.
YouTube. What's YouTube? I don't know what this is.
So it's an amazing website full of.
Does it have porn? Does it have porn?
It has soft porn. When you know what to look.
Okay, I'm interested. I'm in, buddy. What am I doing now? So I go into the video, or do I go into YouTube?
Yeah. You go to your video, and then you see me saying something in the chat, and then you see the three dots on the end of my comment.
So put user in timeout. I want that person, right?
We only do that with Marty. No, make him a mod.
Where's Marty? Should I make Marty a mod? I've made you a mod. Perfect. Thank you. Ladies
nice. Oh, and my good friend, speaking of homosexuals, my good friend Aaron Clary also gave you a super chat.
Jesus fucking Christ, Jack. Hello, Aaron. How you doing? Get a haircut. Excuse me, Aaron. That's extremely inappropriate. If I could get a haircut, I would. I really don't appreciate that abuse on this channel. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Jack. Okay, fair enough.
I don't even know if that's the real Clary. It's not the real Clary. That's a shame. It's not the real Clary.
Yeah. Right, wait, I want to answer some questions. We missed a few. All right, Flozo, who's one of my OGs, one of my boys, says, Andy, are you changing plans about your traveling experience for 2025-26? No, I'm still going to travel. I have no idea where now. So I had some plans to travel with my ex, Imi. No, I'm still going to travel, dude. I will probably at some point come to America because half of you are there. I will come to whichever fucking Scandinavian beautiful place Jack's in. I don't even remember, dude. They're all the same to me. Like,
I'm actually not Scandinavian. I know. I'm actually Dutch.
yeah, but
But I'm in
that's the same.
Georgia right
Okay,
now.
this is gonna sound fucked, but to me, Netherlands is just like that's one of those places where it's all like they have the Swedish flag and they like meatballs, and it's all the same
I know. It's all the
to us
same to you.
uncultured swine.
Exactly. To all native English speakers, Europe is just the same thing. There was this girl on Twitter. She's like, a whole continent had a power outage, and you need a man who can help you. I'm like, it was only Spain and Portugal. That is like not even an eighth of the continent. You know, it's like, oh, but I heard a part of France as well. It's like it was the south of France, maybe one province. It's like,
It's all the same, brother. Like, really, here's how you solve that. So Flozo's just pointed out I have terrible geography. No, brother, ready, watch this. We are all one. We're all brothers and children of the universe. And so I just, where you guys see cultures and countries and divides, I just don't. It's all the same.
you and your eternal positivity.
Eternal
I do
easing
love
my
it,
way
though.
out of like
No, I do love it though. But I get it. You want to be positive. I'm just always afraid that when I turn into like this ultra positive human being, I lose that bitter humanity of reality, where it's like there is, and I was thinking about this, like, yes, self-development is about being positive, but there's also this acknowledgement of the bitterness of it all.
Yeah, you
Because
acknowledge it. Don't like ignore it. Because then at
yeah,
that point you
because
just become like the spiritual prick who's like, I'm enlightened and fuck all of you. Like suffering doesn't exist. Yeah.
yeah, where it's like becoming, like, how do I phrase this? Like this whole self-development stuff, it's not fun. It really isn't. Like wanting
I
to
got stuff to say on this, brother. Like we can you say yours, let's debate.
yeah.
Ready? Let me put my fucking hat on. And let's
I need to get that hat. No, but what I mean is like it's not fun. It really is not fun. Like going to the gym every other day and tearing your body apart and wanting to be stronger and wanting to look better and becoming your own boss of like putting out content all the time and marketing yourself and wanting that certain income. It's like you keep destroying yourself, and know it's never good enough and you can always be better. And you will never be satisfied with that normal 9 to 5 stable income that so many people are happy with. There's a little bit of self-hatred there that you need to have, where like, no, I can be better. Yes, I am capable of doing this. And it's not fun. None of this is really fun. You do it because it can be better. But there's also this thing where it's never good enough. And like, I don't recommend it to everybody. And not everybody can do it. Not everybody, like there's this scene in Scrubs. Is it Scrubs? Wait, yeah, the show with the doctors, JD and Turk, where Dr. Cox, like, is this amazing jacked guy, and Turk goes up to him and is like, how do you do it, man? How do you go to the gym every day? And he looks at Turk and he goes, because every time I look in the mirror, I hate myself even more. That's why I go to the gym. That's why I need to like tear my muscle apart, because I'm never satisfied when I look in the mirror. And of course it's played up for laughs, but there is a certain truth to it, and it gets lonely as well. Like, do you think I can go to a party and be like, hey, by the way, I'm an author talking about dicks and how to improve? No, people will look at me like, dude, what? Like, you sit online and tell guys how to get laid? It's like, you'll be ostracized. It's a lonely road every now and then. And people think it's fun. Like, oh, yeah, it's like I'm an entrepreneur and I'm this and that. And it's like, no, man. Like, it's not always fun. It's not always great. And maybe, just maybe, you don't want it. Maybe you don't. It's not for everybody. It really is not for everybody to sit here online and do podcasts and shit like that. And maybe I sound very nihilistic, But it's also not nihilistic, where it's like, no, it's also great. Because at a certain point, you do look back on all the suffering you did, because it is. Like, becoming good at dating, do you know how many flakes I've had? Do you know how many rejections I've had? Do you know how many mental struggles I've had where it's like, am I good enough? Do I suck? Whatever. And you get through that because at a certain point, you get a win. And yeah, the win makes it worth it. But that whole internal struggle of needing to figure out that it isn't always you, and it's not that you suck, that's not for everybody. I've known so many guys who've given up when they got to that point of insecurity of like, am I going to do this? Am I going to make it? Am I good enough? And they bent. They broke. They couldn't do it. And that's why I'm like, yeah, no, all of this stuff, it sucks. All of it, a majority of it. It's horrible. You've been there where you doubt yourself, where it's like, am I going to make it with coaching and blah, blah, blah. That's not fun. That's not rah, sis, boom, bah. I'm great. I'm awesome. Hell no. It's like Berserk. You know the anime Berserk? It's like the internal struggle. Oh, man, it's about a guy who, like, everything in life just goes bad, but he keeps going. He just keeps going. And it's not for the faint-hearted, this whole journey. You know, this whole self-improvement journey, it really isn't for the faint-hearted. And that's why I'm like, I love the positivity, but I will always acknowledge the suck. I just always will acknowledge it, where it's like, no, man, it isn't all sunshine and rainbows. And sometimes you aren't good enough. Sometimes you are not good enough. And you need to accept that. Know what I'm saying?
All the pain that you just spoke wouldn't be there if you had positivity.
Exactly.
And that, like, that's why I'm positive. So you talked a lot there about, like, you do something because there's a reward, and everything has a reward if you look deep in it. And so, you mentioned when she rejects me, it sucks. And it's like, that's why you look for a reason why that's good. She rejected me. I'm building my stoicism. She rejected me. Okay, it's toughening me up. And I think that's something that, like, I don't know. I feel like lots of masculine circles are decent at it. Lots are maybe not. But some of the stuff that really helped me was the stuff that was like, look, I know that you go out to talk to girls and half of them, like, make you feel like shit or you feel really down. Here's why this is good for you. Like the old Stoics and the old Epictetuses and like Marcus Aurelius and meditations and all of that and the Stoics. For me, it's always been about finding the little wins, because I think what you're saying here is like, this journey has suffering. And I think someone that told you that it didn't would be lying to you.
Yeah.
But part of this is like almost that, like, I don't want to say Spartan, because I think they went down the route of like just literally making themselves suffer. But part of what they did do was like, how can I find pleasure in the suffering or find the little moments of like beauty in the fucking suffering? So yeah, I almost think like for the average guy, because you said like this isn't for everyone, and you're just talking about self-improvement. Because I think most people would quit before they start getting the rewards. So they'll go to the gym 3 times and they'll feel dopamine from going, but they haven't got a great body yet because they only went to the gym 3 times. And then it does start to get a little bit hard. And at that point, you sort of would maybe either dig your heels in, or you find ways to make it fun, or you get a buddy to go with you so it's fun. But the average person doesn't really have that, because I think they're just using solely discipline, willpower, and motivation, which runs the fuck out. If you're like 400 pounds, you're not going to have much discipline or willpower going to the gym. Or if you're a guy that's literally never talked to women, yeah, you're going to go outside. You're going to be like, hi, you're cute. She'll say, I have a boyfriend. And you'll have like literally a mental breakdown. Like, and then like you won't keep going because there's no reward there.
Like approaching here in Georgia, people look at you as if you're like, how much can I swear on here, by the way? Oh, wait, you're already monetized, aren't you?
You shouldn't be fucking swearing on here, cunt. I'm not
okay. There we go. There we go. But like, but like the Georgian people are not very well versed in English. And there's a couple of good looking girls here, and I just approach them where it's like Goma Jorba English. And they look at you like, who the fuck are you? And like, and they just look at you like you're fucking retarded. And that kind of stings every now and then, you
The
know.
first
But
few times, yeah, you're just like, ooh,
ooh,
yeah,
ooh, and they look
yeah.
at you funny because like you're a Westerner, and even in Eastern Europe, like where I am now, where it's like this, sometimes they look at you like, ugh. But you have to go through that. But there was one chick, and I remember that I was walking down the boulevard, and she was walking towards me, beautiful sundress, whatever, looked cute. I thought she looked cute. Like maybe to you guys, she was a 4 or whatever. So don't get your hopes up. But I looked at her. I'm like, "Goma Jorba, English." She's like, "Yeah, I can speak English." I'm like, "I just wanted to say you look absolutely adorable." She's like, "Why, thank you." I'm like, "Well, you know what? You look cute. You want to get a coffee with me?" She's like, "Why, thank you so much." She was just completely flabbergasted. But I'm meeting up with my friends. I'm like, "Oh, that's okay. You enjoy your friends. Have fun. I just wanted to tell you you look amazing." She's like, "Yeah, thank you so much." My dumbass didn't think further where it's like, ask her number. I completely forgot about that because I was so in the moment. But this girl made the rejection so amazing because I made her day. And that was just the best thing ever to me. And then like a week later, I meet this chick at the expat community who was from Belarus, and she did speak English, and we did hit it off, and then everything was fine. But for that to happen, you need to always be open for the yeses. And even though we speak of like the successes and things like that, the suffering will always be there. You know what I'm saying? Like having a good physique. You have fasted. You did probably 48-hour fasting.
5-day fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My record too was like 5 days, 100 and something hours. That's not always fun, you know? But if you want to
But
look
I
your
would
best.
go. I would push back against that, man. I'd say like,
Ooh, let's go.
like you don't go to the gym. You don't hate the gym. I know you're saying you do, but you get something out of
Sometimes.
like embracing that what you call suffering. There's
Mm-hmm.
beauty in the suffering. Like pain
There
is
is.
good for the soul. A coaching client said that to me, and I was like, that's fucking gold. Like the fasting, it's difficult. It's a challenge. There's moments of pain. Yeah, no shit. But like you're doing it to see what you're capable of. And I
Yeah.
think there's beauty in that. Like I don't think it's one or the other. Do you get what I mean? Like I
No, no,
think
no.
what you're
It
calling
isn't.
suffering,
Yeah,
there's
no,
like
it
beauty
isn't.
in that.
But I remember this from years ago when I went into therapy even. And the problem is, Andy, I haven't figured out a way to articulate this argument properly. That's my
That's what we're here to
problem
do
right now.
today. That's what we've
Yeah, no,
brought you
but
here to
like
do.
that is my problem right now. And a good example is I remember years ago when I went to therapy, I was so afraid to lose my personality where
Interesting.
everything would be positive. Like, oh, something bad happens. Oh,
Oh,
you know
dude,
what?
yeah,
It's
no.
like, you know what I mean? Where it's like I would
Bro,
become
this
this
is like,
Tony Robbins,
yeah,
Owen
this
Cook.
is so fucking deep what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like
Yeah,
I was so afraid of becoming this ultra positive
yep.
nitwit who
I went through the same
couldn't.
shit, man. Would you say I've
Yeah,
lost my personality? Because I had the same fucking fear.
yeah. Where it's like, no, and it's not like I wanted to be this dark, brooding goth kid, but it's more like, no, I don't want to lose the pain. I don't want to lose the
Because it's
outlook on
serving you.
life that's realistic. Like I was always so afraid to become naive, you know? And I'm not saying you are naive because you are far from it, but I have met people who focus so much on the positive that I'm like,
So,
ah,
okay, you would love this book, brother. Because someone asked it here in the chat, like, how do you, here you go, said, how do you get out of negative headspaces? The best book that I have ever found for this, let me share it on the screen. It's called You Can't Afford the Luxury of a Negative Thought. And part of the reason why I love this book so much is because what you just said, Jack, is what this book says. It has a chapter at the very start that it says, focus on the positive, but don't be optimistic. And you might be like, what the fuck does that mean? And it basically says there are people who go through life just saying everything will be great. And then like they're on fire and someone's stabbing them in the guts. And they're like, this is wonderful. This is great. This is good. And so don't just sit there and say everything is wonderful. If the house is on fire, fix it and then focus on the positive. So don't be blindingly optimistic in the same way that some people are blindingly negative. So yeah, man, I'm fully on board with what you're saying there, dude. Like,
yeah. And it's like I
look
said,
for the
it's not,
positive.
yeah, where it's like, don't become this dark, brooding goth kid. but more acknowledge it, It's like, no, this sucks. Yes, I just went through a dip on Substack. That was horrible. I was like, you get insecure about it and you doubt yourself and whatever, and it was great. You know why? Because it helped me keep going. And that's the part I'm talking about. That is the part that separates the wheat from the chaff. Like, that stupid meme of two guys digging, and there's like,
and they're
this
so
much
close to
left.
the diamond. Yeah.
Yep. That's it. That little part, that's what separates the wheat from the chaff. Not everybody has that. And that's the thing I guess I was afraid of losing. Of like, no, I know that. I know that little part, that's the part that acknowledges the suck. That's the part that naive people don't have, or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, you need to accept this. There is darkness. There is suck in all of this.
The way that I would phrase it is like for me personally, I don't say that things suck because that just kind of feels like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But I feel like we're both saying the exact same thing here.
Yeah.
It's like,
just
don't cover up your emotions. Like, if you're going through a period where you're really fucking struggling, rather than just saying like, no, it's all good, I'm fine, and like you pretend that your house isn't on fire. Sorry, I have freaking drills.
Diarrhea. It's gut issues.
No, it's not. But it's like, admit what you're going through. Like, one of the wisest things I ever had someone say to me, it was one of the women that I was dating. She said, it's okay not to be okay. And that just gave me permission to say, like, yeah, if I feel like I'm fucking hurting right now, if I feel like this sucks, fucking tell someone that and fix it rather than pretending that problem isn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's kind of what I mean by all of that, I think. I was thinking about yesterday, this whole self-improvement stuff where it's like, yeah, no, it's not for everybody. It just isn't for everybody because there's so much insecurity there. There is a lot of doubt there. And not everybody can do that. Like, not everybody can do that. And I think the more we acknowledge that, the more we see the positive in ourselves. Like, I had a friend of mine tell me, like, you just packed up your shit and went to a country you never went to and they don't speak any languages that you know? Like, yeah. He's like, that's kind of insane. I'm like, why? Like, what? Like, I don't understand that. I literally do not understand that. Like, why wouldn't I do it? I had the time, I had the money, and people recommended it to me. So why wouldn't I do it? Like, I miss that part of understanding why you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, like risk assessment almost.
Yeah, maybe I'm a psychopath. I don't know. I don't think I am because, like, I feel empathy, and a lot of empathy, actually. That's my biggest downfall. I feel a lot of empathy, but I do miss that part of acknowledging risk, or like the whole YouTube thing. I knew going onto YouTube, I would be signing a death sentence of my social life. I like it. You do. It is a death sentence to your social life of like, if the people.
I'll phrase it like this: being an entrepreneur is a full-time job, and then another full-time job on top of that, and then when you're asleep, you're dreaming about the full-time jobs.
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is when the people I know or my job or whomever finds this, they're gonna write me off. Like, I will be labeled the retard online kind of thing. Because that will happen. And you gotta live with that. That is something you need to accept when doing all of this. Like, do you think, and be honest with me, do you think that when you go back to work and Susie from HR finds your stuff, that she ain't gonna get rid of you ASAP?
So when I first decided to put my penis on the internet, I was like, I'm never getting a job like this. That was part of the reason why I did it, because I was like, I don't want to work ever in a corporate job or a normal job. I'm going to put this shit online and then screen hard for the people that are okay with this. Like, I show every woman that I date my website and my YouTube channel before we meet for the first date. So I'm like, I want to make sure she's on board with everything I have to say. Yeah, I knew I'd never get a job ever again.
I still quote unquote hide it. Like, I tell them what I do. Like, yeah, I'm an online personal trainer and blah, 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 which I am. but I also write a lot about male self-development and dating and everything. I leave that part out, you know? But it was so funny. So this chick, this Belarusian chick and I, we were walking home from game night, and she asked me, like, what do you do? I'm like an online personal trainer for men and blah, 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 blah. She's like, oh, you've got an alpha male podcast. And we laugh and joke about that.
Yeah,
And
you
we
get told like the next Andrew Tate. I get that every now and then
oh
because I'm
my
bored
God.
as well. Yeah.
And we get to my studio, and out in the open are my ring light and Blue Yeti. And she walks in and she looks at me. She's like,
No,
like,
You
this,
just tell her you do OnlyFans whenever
well,
a girl
I'll
sees the
get
ring
to that.
light.
I'll
You're
get
like,
to
"I'm just
that.
doing OnlyFans."
No, I'll get to that. And I was like, it's not what you think. It's for my clients and blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, all that professionalism just for your clients. And I'm like, Jack, you're deering. So I immediately flipped the script. I'm like, you know what? You got me. I do amateur porn. And she looks at me. She's like, and she had no comeback. And I'm like, you know what the most horrible part about this is? Doing amateur porn is more acceptable and less cringy than an alpha male podcast. Just saying. It's like
Yeah, because you got like poisoned apples in, like, what I mean by that is like the average person is not open.
Dude,
to,
you
like,
and I,
fresh and
you
fit,
and
Andrew Tate,
yeah,
the red pill, like, etc. So like,
dude, you and I can
get
say
lumped
Myron's
in with
retarded.
that.
Like, I don't mind saying it that Myron's retarded. Like, he is absolutely a black stain, no pun intended, on the actual red pill of when I say no, I feel guilty. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Ryan Stone's work. The sidebar. Look, he will have more money than I ever will, and he hit the market with his podcast and things like that. But I will die on the hill of it not being helpful with actually becoming charming and self-development. I will die on that hill. It's no disrespect to him. He will have more money than I will ever have. He will probably have more success with women than I ever had. But I do not think the Fresh and Fit format is helpful to guys improving their relationships. Other than maybe
No.
other than maybe boundary setting, because I've had guys in my Twitter spaces who are avid Fresh and Fit followers where it's like, Jack, why do you take her seriously? It's like, I'm not taking you seriously. Yeah, but you let her walk all over you. I'm like, am I? Like, I'm just being funny with her. Like, I'm just being charming with her, you know? I fog. I negative inquiry, negative assertion, you know? And I'm like, have you ever read the sidebar? It's like, what's the sidebar? I'm like, there you go. There you go. Like, ever heard of Book of Puck? Ever heard of sexual, what's that called? It's not even that great of a book, but like I said, No More Mr. Nice Guy. Have you ever done the break free activities? Like, what's that? And it's like, there you go. There you go. These guys, most of them have never gone through the whole process of that self-development of looking inside and be like, where did my unattractive behaviors come from? They get the first part. I'll give all the podcasts that. They get the first part where it's like, be attractive. Fine. They got their money in order. They got the physicality in order, all that. But they never get to the stop being unattractive part, which is the hard part, which Ryan always calls the emotional and the emotional pillar of frame. They never get to that. Like, Ryan Stone's my homie, man, where it's like, God damn it, man. He's the best we got.
The part of like, I mean, I don't want this to just be a like, let's shit on Fresh and Fit for the entire time. But I get a lot of coaching clients who no, I know. I get a lot of coaching clients who say, yeah, I watched Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate and all of that for a long time. And like, fuck, man, this made me really unhappy and ironically very scared of women, but more scared of myself that I would do something wrong that they would yell at me for on the podcast or in their videos or whatever. And so I literally became more afraid of women in case I ever wasn't an alpha male. And you're like, bro, just go say hi to that cute girl, man. It's fine. She's more scared of you than you're scared of her. You're bigger than her. You have more muscle. She's small. Just go say hi. Be nice to her. They do that and they're like, oh, wow, it wasn't that hard. I think a lot of people watch that content and don't really ever go talk to women or don't go to the gym.
Yeah, Marty brings up a good point. Practical female psychology. What I'm reading right now is Why Women Have Sex. It's an interesting read, but also, like, I know we aren't supposed to shit on people, so fine, we'll take that away. But there was also one of the people we just mentioned who said, if you don't have the latest iPhone, girls won't sleep with you. It's like, how in the world did you get
I went through a period
that?
where a bunch of people asked me that. They were like, but then you won't get that like blue text or blue bubble or whatever it's called, the whole green bubble, blue bubble. And I was like, look at my website. I have always had an Android phone. There you go. That answers your question.
Dude,
I've
I have
never
an
had an
iPhone SE. Girls were making fun of me for it. You know what girls do when they like you? They make fun of you. You know why? Because they want to see if you can banter. It's like,
Well,
yeah,
it's
I have a
fun.
very
It's called teasing.
yeah,
It's what like
yes. I tell them
animals
like,
do
yeah,
it. We
you
do
know
it.
why
You do
I
it
have
with your
that old.
friends.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I have an old iPhone, so you can help me use the new one. So an old man like me, he needs some assistance, and I'd love to get some from you. And they look at you, gee, like, oh, they're happy
Yeah,
about
like
it.
not everything is so personal. I think that's what I'd say. Whereas when you watch a lot of those sort of podcasts, every little thing that a woman ever does, like especially when they have women on the show, it's like they get ridiculously upset because I don't know, she sniffed or she laughed or something, and it's like not everything is an attack on you guys. It's
I
okay.
love
It's
it
just
when the girl has that stupid donkey laugh or like the snort. Where it's like she kind of sounds like a pig when she laughs. It's like you see, I mean, how can you not laugh at that kind of thing? How can you? And look, don't get me wrong. Where it's like it's that very old article, like women are the most responsible teenager in the household. But it's kind of like what I mentioned in the beginning of this podcast. It's like, are you going to take a woman who has a student debt higher than your card game collection seriously about your hobbies? It's like, where have we come with this whole manosphere stuff that we and I have an essay about that coming out maybe next week. Maybe it's already out. Like I forgot where I am with my essays because I was ahead of schedule so much and I planned them all out. But there is an article somewhere about stop taking yourself so seriously. And it's about all that. Like where in the manosphere did we lose our way of teasing, agreeing and amplifying, amused mastery? Where has that golden age gone? Like now we're at the point of like, hold women accountable. Do you really think that a woman who's not sleeping with you cares about your goddamn opinion? Of course not. Yet here we are.
yeah, like
Well,
it turned.
you haven't.
It
Billy.
turned from like, hey, let's figure out how to interact with women and have fun and all of that. It turned into like this gender war of like men versus women. Maybe it was like a reaction to a lot of the feminist stuff that was coming out. And
Oh
then
man,
a lot of men
it's
got very angry, and the two fought each other. And it's like, don't you guys both want to fuck each other or date each other? Why are you guys like fighting? Like, don't you guys like each other? And they're like, no, I fucking hate them. They need to change. And they're both pointing at each other, saying the same thing. They're the problem.
Yeah, well, there was a Substack article, and I shared it with my guys in the. I shared it with my guys in the chat. Where it's like, what is this guy doing wrong? So he had a like 2,000 to 3,000 word essay about how he rejected OnlyFans model. I'm like, dude, what?
Bro, you know what? That has the energy of the 14-year-old girl in high school who writes a long letter about how she doesn't care about that guy over there and she's over him and she doesn't even care. And then she just shows that letter to everyone and tells her friends and won't shut the fuck up about how she doesn't care about that guy.
I'm so glad that my guys got that. Where it's like, okay, what is he doing wrong? And he had like this 3,000 word essay about how he rejected an OnlyFans model because they went on a first date and everything was cool and everything was fine. But then she told me she used to do porn. And I'm like, well, that means she's DTF. I don't see an issue. And he's like, well, as a high value man, I need to have standards. So I texted her stoically that I cannot have a woman like that in my life. And seriously, the texts were this long. And I'm like, how can you, as a higher value man, be serious when you're texting a girl you don't want to date these long messages? My homie, my brother in Christ, that's called attention and investment right there. If you're not interested in this girl, you would have just not texted her. It's not that hard. You know what the opposite of love is? Indifference. If I don't want to date a chick anymore, I'm not texting her anymore. Look, if for the love of God, I will openly admit, there's girls who I've sent walls of text. You know why? Because I cared about them. I loved them. I wanted to have them in my life.
Yeah,
Jack
and you're
Napier,
basically saying here, just tell the truth, brother. Like, just admit that you're really hooked up on this girl or your appearance of being
I
alpha.
didn't even
Like,
say that. I just told him, like, you just shot yourself in the foot. You stepped on your own dick. You could have had an amazing story about, dude, that one time I fucked an OnlyFans model for free. I mean, that's an amazing story. I dated a chick once who turned out to be a prostitute. I was like, what? I'm like, why'd you let me hit it for free? You know, that was the first thing I
because I
asked
like
her.
you. Yeah, yeah.
That was her thing. She's like, you're not like my clients. I'm like, I want to know, what's your average client like? She's like, they don't come for sex that often. They just want to talk to me because they're miserable in their
Dude,
marriage.
yeah, no. One of my friends dated like a high class escort, and the stories that she told were like that. It's like they just want to cuddle and they just want to be listened to. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell? Like, I didn't come at her where it's like, well, now that you've told me you're a lady of the night, I, as a high value man, like, first of all, we already smashed anyway. I found out later, you know, and I always wear a rubber, so there was no issues there where it's like, I needed to worry. But she told me that, and I was just very acceptable. I just accepted it, where it's like, well, that's your profession. Now I want to know more about it. I really want to know more about it. Where it's like, huh. And then there was like the reason we parted ways was like, she was like, oh, I'm with a coworker right now. I'm like, why not bring her over? She's like, she has a boyfriend. She's monogamous. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, hold up. Like, we have established you're a lady of the night, right? She's like, yeah. And you mentioned a coworker. She's like, yeah. Which apparently is also that. She's like, yeah. I'm like, you do realize that's not monogamous, right? She's like, yes, it is. I'm like, you know what? And we kind of got into a back and forth about that. And then she was pissed off and she never wanted to talk to me again. It's like, okay, never mind then. So stupid. Maybe I stepped on my own dick at that part. Where it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm glad. I wasn't gonna say it, but I was waiting
yeah,
for that to come out.
I
Yeah.
was like, why did you argue with her, you dumb fuck?
That's all
I
right,
am,
dude. Like, do you know how many times I argued with a woman and then she didn't want to see me again? Then I'd be like, wait, why did I die on that hill?
hey, Andy,
Like,
still hit though. Still hit. That was always my argument where it's like, still hit. And I was like, what are you gonna do? That was always my thing. Where it depended on the level of stupidity I was dealing with, you know? Where it's like, there were some girls where it was like, Jack, shut the fuck up. Like, you want to tap this one again. But there were girls where I'm like, I don't need to necessarily tap this one again. And then I did give my actual opinion.
yeah,
I
we're doing our best. Let's answer Baystrosity's question. Sometimes I lose hope that it's ever going to happen. I am 27 and want a younger girlfriend like around age 22. I know I'm a beggar being a chooser. Well, I don't know anything about you, my brother. Jack, is he one of yours?
No, he's not.
Okay, well, we don't know anything about. How do we know if you're a beggar being a chooser, brother? But if you're referring only to your age, my young friend, my young 27-year-old friend, you are very young. You are not as old as you think. I am 37 and I am currently seeing two 23-year-old women. I met my last partner, Emmy, when she was 18 and I was 30. Trust me, my friend, you are not too old. There is an article on my website with a guy called Nash from Days of Game, and he's in his fucking 50s and he dates 20-something-year-olds. So I promise you're not too old, man. That's just the, I don't know, the lies in your head speaking, but go talk to some women, man.
Let me go to the bathroom real quick because I have an opinion on this one.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
He's
Because
going
I
to
have
get
an
out of
opinion
here.
on this. I have an opinion on that
Okay.
as well. You can look at my
He's going to
glorious
tell you not to
photo.
wait. Go talk to girls, my brother. But yeah, I promise you're not too old, brother. Like, I know how it feels, man. I used to feel like that too. And then you go on to say, what do you think of the hypergamy going on today of people like Homath? So I Googled Homath. I don't know who that is. I can see that she has a YouTube channel. I don't know anything about her, so I can't really answer that question, man. Like, I genuinely don't fucking know. If you have a follow-up question, like, I don't know what you mean by, like, hypergamy. If you mean, like, women choosing who they want to sleep with, that's always been a thing. Like, women are the ones that get to choose. Maybe you can say there's more of it now because of social media and Tinder and all of that, so they have more options. But, yeah, do you have, like, maybe more info or, like, a deeper question there, brother, as to, like, what you mean? Flozo, no, nobody listened to Flozo's joke. Argue with her and leave her angry, then send her a dick pic to assert dominance. No, don't do that. But that did make me laugh, my friend. Jeez. Any other questions? Let me have a look. No questions. But yeah, when Jack gets back, Beastrosity, let's go a little deeper on this, man, because like I said, I did used to feel like this too, man. I first got into self-improvement, brother, when I was 28. Like literally that was when I first started taking my dating life seriously and improving myself. And I felt like it was so too late for me, dude. I was like, no one would date me. I didn't even think like 30-something-year-olds would date me. And I turned out to be so unbelievably full of shit. So you can kind of think of it like that, man. You can be like,
Who's
what
full
if
of
I'm
shit?
wrong?
Who's full of shit?
Bastrosity. Like I basically said when I thought I was too late for me and I was too old, I turned out to be full of shit. So if you got something you want to tee off on, man, go ahead.
Okay, so here's some actionable advice. And if I'm gonna go on a rant, stop me right now. But okay, where do I begin? I'm 27 and I want a younger girlfriend. Okay, why would a younger girlfriend want you? Let's start there. What have you done today that makes you attractive to younger women? And what have you done today to attract these younger women? Are you on dating apps? Probably you are. Well, let's start there. Like you and I just mentioned, like where have we gone in the sphere? I will debunk it right now. The whole top 20% thing has nothing to do with height, status, or looks. Absolutely not. It's the top 20% of profiles. What that means is the top 20% guys who actually put in the goddamn effort to hire a professional photographer, or at least do enough research about photography to actually look nice on their photos. They've got their clothing in order. They've got their look in order. Are they the best good looking, or are they the best looking guys? Who knows? But do they have the best photos? Exactly. Okay, so now we go from there. Your Tinder settings. Do you have them 18 to 25? Okay, now you have that. Where are you? Like, is your area crowded enough to have a wide selection of 18 to 25-year-olds? Now that we have that done, what have you done today to become more attractive to these women? Are you going to the gym? Are you looking up areas in your style you can improve? Are you looking up dietary choices that make your make it easier for you to acquire the body type that you actually prefer? Are you going out to places where young women are? And it doesn't have to be the nightclubs or whatever. Look up what else? Dancing communities in your area. Look up hobbies in your area. Things like that. Are you putting yourself in places that these women tend to go to? So if all of that is yes, which I highly doubt it is, just not being a dick, just experience, speaking from experience, highly doubt it is. But if it does, keep going. You will strike out more than you will strike in. You will strike out so much more than you will win. And that's what I mean. The little bit that a lot of people are missing, you need to have that. You need to have the acknowledgement of the suck to be able to make it. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. You have to accept, just full acceptance that, yeah, this isn't for everybody. Like, acknowledge the fact that you are one of the people who can live with suffering, because sometimes it goddamn is. Finally.
Yeah. It's like Fabio said, embrace the suck. Yeah. Embrace the suck, then play this game with all that you've got. Yep.
Yeah.
Like, these are the cards you've been dealt in life. Great. Take that hand and play it to your heart.
Dude, yeah.
Play it
Yeah.
with everything you got.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you notice how we both answered the question there. I'm saying this more for the person asking. I came at it from the angle of like your mindset, and Jack came at it from the specifics. Both of those are going to be incredibly helpful to you, man. Like, get your mindset right when it comes to going out talking to women, and then do the actionable steps. Like, I kind of said this to one of you before. Nothing will change unless you do. And
Yeah.
like, you don't have to do big, massive steps. You'll be too intimidated by that. You're going to get freaked out. Like, I got too much shit to change. I have to go to the gym and talk to girls and lose weight. It's like, calm the fuck down. Start with one of those things. Just do a little bit. Like, yeah, big, deep breath. It's okay. Just walk to the gym, look at the pretty receptionist, ask her if you can sign up, and then go the fuck home, and you'll have a panic attack. And you're like, holy shit, that's all I could do today. Great. Now go to the gym the next day and just fucking look at a weight and be like, I wonder what I do with that. And then just slowly work up the courage to do this shit. Like, that's how you and I started. Like,
Dude,
you don't do everything all at once.
approaching only one woman a week gets you to 52, 53 women per year. Do you know how many those are? That's a lot. I got that from Rolo. He used to say that, where it's like shotgun approach. Some PUAs say do shotgun approach. Approach every woman you see. Where it's like, nah, that's gonna tire you out way too fast. But if you do one a week, you're already miles ahead of the majority of the people. You know, and also ask yourself, because you and I talked about this. Why do you want to do this? Like that's, I think that's like we mentioned, like putting yourself online is kind of cutting yourself off from normie world. It really is. Like, why do you want to do this? I know why I want to do this. I know why I want to be online. I know why I want like the goal on Substack. I know why I want to have a stable income from being an author, because I want to be free. I don't like the 9 to 5. Not because the 9 to 5 is something to look down on, but I traveled a road. Yeah, like I traveled a road that makes it very hard for me to relate to people who didn't. And a majority of the people have not walked that road. So I have no one to talk to. I have no one to express my opinion to. I have no one to express my genuine feelings to when I am in your average 9 to 5. Now, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I'll leave that up to the people. I just know for me, it isn't. It isn't. And that's why I do what I do. I want to do this because I like being me. And I don't want to be not me, you know? And me sits online talking to random strangers from Australia about improving your life. And I'm not going to say my life is awesome. I don't even own a car. You know, I know we brag about the Lambos and Bugattis and whatever. I don't even own a car. But you know what I do own? The freedom to be able to go outside, take 10,000 steps, come home, watch anime, and take a nap without needing to stress. That to me is worth so much more than any car in the world. No car in the world can deliver me the freedom to spend the whole day the way I want to. If I want to, I can just jerk off, go to sleep, and watch big-titted anime waifus if I want to, without needing to explain myself to anyone, you know? Just to name some random... If I want to go out, and unfortunately, I'm not at that level yet, income-wise, but I would love to get to the level of having a stable income online enough that I can walk out, buy this fucking Lego set I see, go home, build it, enjoy it, and go to bed. It's like, it's not everybody's dream, but it's mine. You know? It's like, what more do I want than to not explain myself to anyone? That to me is true. That's why I got this tattoo, you know? I never have to work 40 hours a week again. That was a dream.
Into this like freedom.
And you don't even need a lot of money to acquire that freedom. You don't. You really don't. Like, if I were a millionaire, would I complain? Oh, hell no. Hell no. I would not complain. But do I need it? Not really. I really don't. And that's the big thing that I want this guy to ask himself. Why do you want a girlfriend who's 22 years old? Why don't you want a girl who's in her 30s but is pleasant and looks great? Now, I can answer you why I don't want that. But can he? You know? Have you had the experience with a 30-year-old? Has he? Or do you have the experience with a 22-year-old? Do you? Like, what's dating a 22-year-old like? Do you know? You know? Who has given you the idea of only dating 22-year-olds? Do you know that
The
from
internet.
experience? Yeah, where it's like, do you only know that from the internet, or have you experienced it? Like I said, I know why I only want to date 18 to 25-year-olds. I know why, but I'm not going to tell you. I want him to tell me why he wants a 22-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, get that motivation. And he goes on to say, my number one issue, I think, is being around girls, like as in you just don't know how to be around girls, I guess you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You're all right looking, so I'd work on that, man. Get to a point where you're either decent looking or good looking, or you're able to say I'm good looking, because you might already be, you're just not comfortable saying that, which is a lot of guys. So I'd work on that confidence or that self-love. You say you see lots of young girls at campus, then go say hi, man. Like, what you're calling right now as an issue is not an issue. It's approach anxiety. You're nervous to go and say hi, and you're making it like this big thing. There is no big thing here, my friend. Go say hi to girls. If you can't do that, do my approach anxiety program, or look up another approach anxiety program. But you're allowed to talk to girls, man. Like, there's nothing stopping you. They're right there. They would like you
Yeah.
to say hello to them.
Here, which I've ran around thinking about approaching there, but I haven't yet. Well, there's your first mistake. Just approach one. Like I said, one every week. Because if you're going to shotgun approach, people will know you by the guy who approaches, and you don't want that either. But every now and then, just approach one. And like I said, are you on the online dating apps? And can you find an activity on campus grounds you could participate in? You know, so when I first got to Georgia, I was like, you know what? I want people around me. And one of my friends said, why not join the expat community? I'm like, oh, of course. Like, I didn't even think of that. You know, I didn't even looked up Batumi expat group, and you know, there you are. Now I'm running around doing my thing. It's like, you know, and there's more people who can do that. If I do say the autistic honesty thing here, yeah, I'm on this campus. No, but you don't. Put your hat on. You have the hat with you?
I got the hat. Risen with the tism, brother. Go risen with that tism, brother. Just go up there and be like, yo, I'm talking to chicks on this camp. Also, everything you're saying here, bastrosity, you're asking questions based on hypotheticals, and you're asking us to give you hypothetical answers, but the actual best answer for you is to go and do it and see what happens. You're just scared, man. You have approach anxiety. We're not going to make you feel any better than talking to that first girl, Will.
Yeah, but it's like, where do you get the idea, like, that you have to be that honest? Like, what are you doing on campus?
Oh, he got that from me. He got that from me. That's what I talk about on the channel. I'm like, just be autistically honest, hence the hat.
Yeah, no, but it's like, you don't have to be that level of honest where it's like, why are you telling her, like, oh, I'm just here to talk to chicks? No. I'm here to talk to you. I saw you. And I wanted to talk to you. The other people have nothing to do with it, you know? Oh, Fabio makes a good point. Yeah, if you can't open the old guy at the cash register, don't even try with a chick you're attracted to.
Yeah, go say hi to people. I did a video on my channel a while ago called Talk to Everybody. The whole world is your friend. And I literally said, if you can just go outside and just say hello to like every freaking person, then that cute girl is just another person now. And you're like, hey, what's up? Like, you're cute. How you going? Like, it's literally no different from stopping that old guy and being like, oh my God, your dog's so cute. Can I pat it? Like, just go talk to more people. Comes a lot easier.
I'm thinking, like, I have an essay on that coming up. Let me check. Okay, here it is. The Art of Socializing. There we go. Art of Socializing is coming out Friday because I have been wanting to plug that article for decades. Well, not decades, for weeks now. But it's on my Substack, and I'm going to filthily plug my Substack. I'm almost at 1,300 subscribers. Almost.
Amazing.
There you go. Yeah, I'm almost at 50% of the goal. I'm at 75 paid members now. The goal is 200. We're almost at 50%.
Hell yeah,
I
brother.
mean,
hell yeah.
That is just awesome. That is just awesome. And the book is almost done as well. Almost. I have one essay I'm getting back from my editor. Then I have one essay I need to finish. Then I get the foreword. And then I need to get it to the cover designer. So yeah, it's gonna be this year. I don't know when, but it is gonna be this
Writing
year.
is such a big thing. Like writing like a book or something. Like when I wrote that Tinder guide, which is the closest thing I've ever done to like a book. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot. Like people just think, oh, you wrote a book or you wrote a guide or you wrote this. It's like there's a lot of editing and processing and rereading, and then you throw half of it out because you're like, fuck that, I'm going in a new direction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
my
got
first
respect for
book,
writers.
I mean, my first book is just going to be the Substack essays the first year, but not everything of the first year, because I looked at it like, if I'm going to write a book, how do I want to do it? Well, first of all, like I just want all my knowledge about intersexual dynamics out there. Then I want what you're going to do with it out there. So, like, it is going to be 2. Spoiler alert: there's a second one already on the way. But how I did it was I just wrote an essay every week. It's compound effect. I didn't start out by thinking I'm going to write a book. No, I left that because I'm like, no, that's way too big of a goal. I don't want to focus on that. I just started writing the essays where it's like, get one essay out there every week. And then people started asking me, like, are you going to compile it into a book? I'm like, why? It's on the Substack. Yeah, but I want a physical copy. I don't want to read it
Yeah,
online. I'm
people
like,
do, man. Yeah.
where it's like, okay. Well, and then I looked like, is there a structure here? Is there an actual topic here? Because I don't just want it to be all the essays and, well, here it is. It's like, I did
It's got to
want
have a
it.
flow, yeah.
Yeah. Like I wanted to have a theme. And then I'm like, well, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. And that's kind of how that came to be. So yeah. But if people are interested in my writing, I would very so much appreciate it. Like humbly, gratefully appreciate it if people go to my Substack. That's where most of my
Go
writing
check
is.
it out. jacknapier.substack.com. How did we meet? I actually don't remember. I honestly don't fucking know. I
I
don't
slid in
remember,
your
man.
DMs. I send you a
Are you
shirtless selfie. I'm
sure?
like,
Or did
yeah,
I
I'm like,
message you? Like,
I think I
do you
messaged
actually
you.
remember?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think I messaged
why?
you.
Why?
Dude, because I loved your work. I read that Tinder guide and I'm like, this guy knows his shit. And he put it
But
out
why
there
did
for
I
free.
reply? I don't reply to most
I
people.
don't know. I don't know. Maybe you like my bluish green eyes or my
Probably.
beautiful
The hair.
dead. Yeah, it's the dead marmot on my head, I guess.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
have
remember.
no idea.
Honestly, I didn't remember. Like Flozo, if you ask me that question, my answer is just like, I don't know. I feel like I've known just Jack for a while. I've known him for years. I don't remember.
Yeah, we just
So I'm
hit
just
it
gonna
off
take
right
his
away.
word for it.
Yeah, we just hit it off right away. The first stream, it was like we talked for hours on end, and I could
We
still
did, yeah.
sit here for hours. Like I know
Yeah.
I have nowhere to go today. I was like, fuck it.
I don't even have I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have a home. I shouldn't even be here. This is some stranger's house. I don't know where the fuck I am or what's going on.
Oh yeah.
7. Now that I'm single, excuse me. How dare you call me that? Wait, am I single? What
I don't
counts
know.
as single? Wait, what does single mean? Can we like get autistic? Let me wait. Let's get autistic. What does single mean? Does it
But
mean
even
you're like not in a serious relationship or you're not sleeping with someone?
where it's like, what does incel even mean? Like I had a dry spell. Was I an incel?
Yeah. That means you were incel. I
No.
was incel for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, like I'd love to get laid every day. I don't even know if I want it every day, in all honesty. But
Every
does that
hour.
mean, does that mean I'm an incel for a day? King of a lifetime, It's
Okay,
like,
this hat is really just we're definitely like feeling the vibe and the energy of this hat right now as we
no, but,
completely and utterly don't answer Seven's question because we focused on one fucking word in his entire sentence.
yeah, no, but like my buddy Nuclear Caldelio asked that. He's like, what does incel even mean? Like, I had a dry spell of a week. I mean, fuck, I even had a dry spell for a month.
Yeah, what is the definition? How long do you have to be an incel for? Is there actually a guys in the chat? Come on.
Nah.
Riz us up with your autism right now. Do any of you know how long you have to be an incel for before you're officially an incel? Like
Yeah.
6 months, a year, 2 years? Because this just says a guy who considers himself sexually unattractive. So it's self-declared, self-reported. That's even less scientific now. Fine, I'm an incel. Adrian says 30 years. I think that's a little too long, brother.
That's a long 6 months.
6 months isn't that long, bro. Lots of guys go way more than 6 months, dude. I think because Flozo, you're in a community of guys trying to get laid. 6 months is not very long for the average person.
Going back to the whole what happened to the manosphere, I know guys who proclaimed like, you're not a red pill man if you didn't get laid within the last 3 months. And I'm like, do you know there are guys who are tired of women after dating for a long period of time? And what happened to them?
Monk mode, baby.
Yeah, I mean, self-proclaimed monk mode is a little bit like, I get a little bit of the ick for that. But it's like, there are guys who just want to take a break, you know? Like, I've been there where I was like, hell no, I just don't feel like it.
Yeah, but they would say that's voluntary. So that's vol-cell, not in-cell. Can we just answer Seven's fucking question?
Yeah. Would you do it, Andy? Would you be interested in making a video for 2025 dating profile?
Sure, I'll do a video, man. I mean, where's my phone? I can just show you if you want me to, if you give a shit.
Show me that handsome.
Not you. I'm not showing you. I don't want you to look at this. This is for the audience. You can't look. What do you want to know, Seven? I can do a proper video on this, but what do you want to know? You just like, they're the pictures. Let me see if it'll zoom in and focus. So this is just my hinge.
Look at that beautiful man.
BDSM and shit on there.
No more shirtless photo. Look at that. Clean yourself up.
And then, wait, how am I going to be able to show you? So first prompt is like, don't be afraid to say, hey, I'll take care of the rest. Obviously, that's, for BDSM.
Mm-hmm.
For what I'm looking for, how about I just read this out? This will be easier. For what I'm looking for, I wrote seeking ongoing play partners, friends with benefits where we add a ton to each other's lives. I repeat that again later on. My simple pleasures into BDSM and kink, and I'm a very patient teacher. So it's obviously like a very kink-based profile, and that works out pretty well for me. But the city that I'm in is quite quiet, so yeah. Seven, did that answer your question? Do you have any other questions? Also, like, why don't you give a fuck about what Jack does? What about Jack? Like, ask Jack about his Grindr profile, man. Come on.
Oh God, my Grindr profile? That's a secret, man. That's a secret.
I feel like for Grindr. Okay, what would we do for Grindr, bro? I just throw any pictures on there. I just wouldn't give a fuck. I just put any pictures on there. I'd be like, I'm free whenever. Just tell me which park to go to. Let's go crazy.
The gays would fuck anything. The gays fuck anything. I mean, let's be honest here. I was like, let's see. Lamborghini sell. I will forever be a Toyota blood. I mean, if you have a car, I remember I used to have an old, and in English it's Vox. It was an Opel in European, German brand. Opel Astra, black. Love that car. 3-door, hatchback. I fucking love that car. And my girlfriend at the time, she was like, I think it's so hot you own a car. It's like, see? Doesn't really matter which car. Approach women in the gym. I have an opinion on that.
I'm sure you do. That wouldn't surprise me because you're a gym guy.
Yeah, don't.
That's kind of my mindset. I'm like, do whatever you want, but like I've done it maybe 3 times in my entire life, and I was like, wait, there's like 1 billion women outside.
No,
I don't need to do it in the gym. Maybe if I saw some girl who was like exactly my type, like maybe. So
the thing with approaching in the gym for me is let women do it. What do I mean by that? Women who are into you will put themselves in your orbit. All you need to do then is read the room. So she will, quote unquote, approach you. But you have to look for the signs. Like, is she looking at you? Is she putting herself in your orbit? Is she asking you questions that she really doesn't need the answer to? Things like that. She will make you. She will let you.
Girls are fucking adorable, bro. When they like you,
dude. They are
just
so.
Ask a bunch of irrelevant questions that don't matter. That's how you know. Yeah.
They're so conspicuous when they want to be inconspicuous. Where it's like they're so obvious when they're trying not to be. Or it's like it's adorable. How can you not like
give
women?
A hug. Yeah, how can you be afraid of women? Obviously, just you have.
Well, it's like it's okay, dear. I know where this is going. It's like I remember, like last week when the Belarusian chick and we were walking home, and she's like, "Well, I'm not coming up with you to your apartment." I'm like, yeah, "Of course not. Who do you think?" Yeah. It's like, 40 minutes later, it's like, "Of course you're not coming home with me. I'm not that type of girl. Not sleeping with you. Uh huh." Yeah, no, sure, no, of course not. It's like,
Very
adorable.
cute. Very
It's
cute.
like, of course you're not going to do that.
Very cute. Floza, how are you meeting the girls that you're dating? Dating apps, cold approach, social circle. Mostly Hinge, and if I see a girl that I like, then I'll say hi. But I don't go out in the same way that a lot of guys do, where it's like, I'm going out to cold approach. No, I'm living life, and if I see someone, I might say hi. Amo, how do you get out of the rut? Start with a little baby step, man. You can like write more details if you want. Like, what rut are you in? Like, it's hard for us to give you an answer if we don't know your circumstances or what you want or any of that. Do you get what I mean? Like, what does rut mean to you? What do you want? Do you want motivation on going to the gym? Do you want to talk to girls? Are you depressed? Do you want a therapist? Like, tell us what you want. We can give you a better answer. Have you noticed a trend with online dating where there's periods where engagement from women drops off, like holidays? Yeah, Christmas. Go try and meet women in the week of Christmas. It's like you will get like 15 flakes in a row. You can still meet some women, but like, holy shit, yes, that week.
Dude, do you know about cuffing season?
What is cuff? What the fuck is this?
So
is this some,
I have heard
freaking
no,
Dutch thing. Is this a sex thing?
No.
Oh, you mean handcuffing, like BDSM?
No. So I keep hearing guys talking about cuffing season where it's like, oh, guys, the holidays are coming up. Women are lonely. It's going to be busy on online dating. In all my years of experience, the holidays were the least busy periods of time on dating.
With their family.
Yeah, where it's like, I have never seen this cuffing season bullshit. Like, I hear guys talking about it, women are lonely during the holidays. I've never seen that. Like, the periods of time where it's least crowded on online dating is during the holidays. So I don't know where this cuffing season bullcrap came from, but I ain't seeing it. I ain't seeing it at all.
Yeah, me neither.
So, yeah.
Kelly says, Andy and Jack, hey, that's us. Holy shit. How do you guys deal with... What the fuck? That's weird that he would like state us by name. How does he know us? Kelly's like fucking stalking us, bro. What's going on, man?
Holy shit.
How do we deal with caring a lot about certain women who hurt you in the past? This is a can of worms, man. We could tell you a billion things. I think part of it is focusing on yourself and your own self-improvement. Part of it is just sharing with your friends. Part of it is forgiving yourself or allowing yourself. Like, you're allowed to care, man. Like, we're not going to tell you that you're a pussy or something because you care.
No, it's a beautiful thing
that helps. You what?
It's a beautiful thing that you care. You care about humans, you know? Yeah. Like, you love someone. Right. Like, you loved someone. You genuinely loved someone. And this is why a friend of mine, he once said the most based thing ever. That's like, a breakup hurts more than a death. Because when somebody dies, they actually just are gone. You know, there's nothing you can do. And you can
start to move on, yeah.
Yeah, but with a breakup, this person consciously chose not to be with you anymore. You don't get a say in it. Like, with a death, you also don't get a say in it, but there is like this one-sided agreement that they don't want to see you. And you need to accept that. And that hurts the most when you genuinely love that person. Where it's like, why would this person do this? You know?
And in your mind, a lot of guys will go, or women do it too, they're perfect for me. Like, why can't they just see it? Yeah. Whereas a death is like, well, I guess they're gone. I got to grieve through that.
Yeah. It's like, you don't, there's nothing you can do. But like, when somebody unilaterally decides they don't want to see you anymore, that you think you can convince them or whatever, but you can't. You just absolutely can't. And that is something you need to accept then at that point, which is very hard. So yeah, like, how do you deal with that? First of all, just accept it. I cared about this person.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest one, where it's like, it's okay that you cared. And then you know what the weird thing is? At a certain point in time, you just wake up and you realize, like, oh, I haven't thought about them. That was it for me. Like, at a certain point in time, I just woke up and I was like, I haven't thought about them at all. which is weird because this person was a genuine part of your life. And you don't get over it, you get through it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like you don't just stop caring. I think there's sort of an idea of like moving on from a breakup, or, you know, we got another question here that's basically exactly the same, like an ex. You don't just like suddenly not give a fuck one day. You're just like, oh, I'll probably always care about them. Cool. I'm going to live my life as well. Like you don't have to just like get over the emotion, if that makes sense.
Oh, you get through it. But you have to feel it. You really have to. Don't suppress that shit. Don't be stoic about it, whatever. Just feel it. Take the break. Lie in bed for a week or whatever, or however long you need. Stay away from substances. Like, stay away, because that's going to make you feel good. Stay away from it and just feel it. I don't care if you have to lie on the floor crying and screaming and pounding or whatever, but let that run through you, because otherwise you're never going to get over it.
Yeah, there are people that have hung on to grief like their entire life, or like grief shows up in different ways, like regretting the high school experience. Like, I regret that I didn't do X, Y, Z in high school. And it's like, that's because you haven't actually let yourself feel it and grieve it properly. You think that you have, but you're sort of still arguing with it. So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but good question, guys. I like those questions. How do wealthy men meet women? I don't fucking know, man. I'm not wealthy. I have had some really fucking wealthy people in the coaching program, but like, I guess I'm a little confused by the question, man, because like, maybe I don't have a good answer for you, but like all of my wealthy clients, I'm like, go say hi to that girl that you like. Like, I don't understand how the wealth changes anything. Maybe you have more money, you can fucking show her your yacht or something, but like, I don't know how it changes anything. If anything, makes it slightly easier.
Same as broke men, same as tall men, same as short.
Right? Like, it's like, go say hi to the girl you like. Go on the dating app. You can spend more money on fucking Hinge Premium, but everything else is the same. Buy more boosts on the dating app. There you go.
Well, nothing really changes.
I guess, is there a deeper question there, University of Fulfillment? Like, I'm confused. Like, are you ultra mega rich and you're basically saying, do these women just see me for money? Like, is that your question?
Yeah, I think he wants to go there, where it's like, how do wealthy men...
They just don't lead with your fucking wallet.
Yeah, gold diggers are made, not born.
No, bro, I've had this conversation with so many people where they're like, there's these gold diggers going around. It's like, no, there are guys who just fucking dangle their wallet in front of the women and go, who wants this? And then she goes, well, I guess I'll take that then, because you're shoving it in my face. I've had some female friends who guys literally just buy them shit without her asking. Like, hey, I'll just pay for your rent. And she's like, okay. And then he'll be like, she's a gold digger. It's like, what the fuck, bro? If you tried to pay my rent, I'd be like, okay, thanks. And then would I be a gold digger? Like, you offered it. So yeah, don't lead with your wallet.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's why I don't like the whole chase excellence, not women advice. And I get what he's saying with it, where it's like, yeah, you don't want to focus too much on girls, but I'm like, yeah, you kind of do. You want to have that experience, because when you have the excellence and when you have the money and you don't have experience with women, that's when you're an easy target. And you don't want to be an easy target. Like, you want to have the experience of the girl who comes to you when you're sleeping on the mattress on the floor and don't have money. Like, where she pays your coffee, you know? You want to have that experience so that when you run into a girl who's trying to use you, you're like, I don't need to take this. I had chicks when I was sleeping on the floor with not a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. I don't need to deal with this shit.
Yeah, I was poor as hell when I was doing most of my dating. Like, really, really, really poor. I just could only afford water and stuff like that. And like, great, cool, great. People don't mind. Like, they don't care.
No, like, I'm still poor. I can't even afford a barber. I can't get a haircut. Jesus.
Flozo, this is like the world's biggest question. What separates the guys who succeed in their goals and those who don't in my coaching program? Let's just say in general. It's not like one thing. Okay. Also, if they're in my coaching program, they succeed. My coaching program is $11,000, bro. Like, we don't let people not succeed. Also, if they've paid that money, they're going to fucking take it seriously. But I get what you're saying. You're like, what separates the ones who do the best It is showing up every day, taking a little baby step, and more than anything, I'd say it's humility. It's like humility is probably my number one trait that I screen for. Like if I tell this guy to go and do something, is he going to do it or is he going to argue with me? I screen for that before I let them in the program. I don't know if you have anything else, Jack, that you'd say is like one or two traits of someone who succeeds.
Actually putting into action what you're saying. Like I've had personal training clients, and the number one thing in succeeding is actually doing the goddamn thing that they're being told. Where it's like, I want to lose weight.
That's what I mean by humility. Is I will tell you to do something. Will you do it, or will you just give me an excuse? I call that humility. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like they're humble enough to admit that they don't know something. Where it's like, oh yeah, I hired this guy to tell me how to do it, and I'm actually going to do it. Count your calories. You know, that's if you want to lose weight.
Instead of saying, "Oh, I tried that once and it doesn't work," it's like that's ego. That's not humility. Yeah,
exactly. Where it's like, oh, I don't want to be autistic about it. I'm sorry. In the beginning of this whole fitness thing, you're gonna have to be a little bit autistic when it comes to diet. You want to get a feel of what you're consuming and how much of it. I'm sorry, I can't change that. You can't eyeball it all the time, especially if you're unexperienced. So yeah, you're right. Humility is a big one. That really is a big one. I was like, yeah, you're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot. There was a question in there, by the way, about ego. How do you keep your ego in check? It was from Kelly, I think.
I put it on the screen. Fabio. How do you keep your ego in check? I have done so many videos about this, like ego and humility and all of that. The stuff that helped me the most is authors like David Hawkins, Byron Katie, and probably Mother Teresa more than anyone. All of her books are about ego. She had like an entire lifetime of just going like, oh my God, I don't want to get an ego. And probably the best example of that is when she won the Nobel Peace Prize. She was so fucking uncomfortable with that because she's like, this is just going to inflate my ego. They keep calling me Mother Teresa. I hate this. I don't want this. Please don't make me take this. And the church was obviously like, bitch, you're going to take the Nobel Peace Prize because it's good for us. She was so uncomfortable with it. So like people like that have spent a lifetime going, I know I have an ego. Like she used to say, I'm arrogant as fuck and I don't want to be. I'm trying not to be. I pray every day for humility. Like just reading those people and realizing that they struggled with this too, like that's helped me. But what about you, man? How do you keep that ego in check?
I know nothing.
Yeah, bro. My favorite fucking quote of all time. Do you know how many times I've said to people, you know, I think I'm just full of shit on everything and I'm a dumbass and I don't know anything. Like that's just that. Yep.
I just have a long series of failing upwards.
Yeah.
I just have a long history of failing upwards. That's it for me. Where it's like, I don't fucking know how I did this. I don't know how I got here. I just got here. Like I know because I failed. Like, how did you know? How did you come to know everything you know in fitness? Because I failed a lot in fitness. I dislocated my hip once. Dislocated my goddamn hip. You know how many people did that? Not a lot. I can tell you that. I failed in dating a lot. You know, dude, I got. What was it? Did I ever tell you about my favorite rejection? This was like so stupid. I love it so much. So I was at the train station in Zwolle, and I saw this cute girl wearing a cap, nice rack, you name it. And I walk up to her. I'm like, hey, I think you're cute. Like, I just wanted to say hello, blah, 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 blah. And she, oh, why, thank you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, where are you from? You're not Dutch. She's like, no, I'm Syrian. And like, not 2 weeks before that, maybe a month, the war in Syria broke out. And my dumb ass goes, oh, you're from Syria. What brings you to the Netherlands? And I'm like, oh, you fucking. And she looks at me. She's like, the war? And I'm like, I completely ruined that, didn't I? She's like, yeah, you kind of did. I'm like, well, I'm off. Have a nice day. Yeah. She's like, you too, fucktard. She was such, like, you should have seen the look on her face. Like, the war? You dumb moron.
Like, I have a billion of those stories too. And I think, like, you remember those stories without beating yourself up. But, like, anytime your ego starts to say, yeah, I'm perfect, I'm hot shit, you just like gently remind yourself of stuff like that.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny with girls? And I know, like my dear old godfather, dad, Rolo always says, like, don't, what was it? Never self-deprecate. But it's like that is such bullshit. Like I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying, but self-deprecation really works when you know it's bullshit. Like I've had girls come at me, or it's like, "Oh, you're so good looking. You must be blah blah blah." It's like, good looking. You got a sight issue or something? Have you seen my hair? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know? And they look at you like, D, blah, 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 blah. Where it's like, you can
It's like
make a
you're
good
doing
joke
it
out
in
of
a
it.
joking way. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
where it's like,
think
oh,
what
you
they
must be
say when they
great
say,
with girls. It's like, oh, no, I'm a virgin. Well, who do you think I am? Like, God, yeah.
I used to say that a lot too when I talk to girls. They'd be like, are you hitting on lots of, like, are you talking to lots of girls today? And I'd be like, no, like, I live in my mom's basement. Like, yeah, you can
Yeah,
be
exactly.
silly with this shit. Yeah.
Like, have you had a lot of girls today? You know, stuff like that. It's be silly with it, you know, instead of, yeah, I've had a lot of girls. I'm very successful. I'm actually a high value male. It's like, yeah. God, I really hate those guys. I'm sorry. I want to bring back.
I know you do. I know you do.
I want to bring back the space, man. It's like I have a mission online where it's like, oh, I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna go back to the good days where it's like we're gonna have fun again, a lot of fun, and we're gonna talk shit, and we're gonna bring back all the old school game of like abuse mastery and agree and amplify, and we're just gonna do fucking cool shit, you know? Like, fuck this high value man bullshit. We're gonna go back to homeless people getting laid with supermodels. That's what we're gonna do. And Andy's gonna be there, and I'm gonna be there, and Nuke's gonna be there, and all my homies gonna be there, and we're gonna laugh all the way to the finish line and be like, what color is your fucking Toyota Prius, you know? Or whatever shitty car you own. Volkswagen Polo. What the fuck? Like, I don't know. My girlfriend drove me here. You know, I own a bicycle.
Yeah, man. The good old days. Let's maybe answer a couple more questions, then I might head off.
Oh, really? We're gonna end it? Oh, that's a shit.
Yeah, man. All good things must come to an end.
Yeah, but
What
I'm
is
not
a
there
good
yet.
method?
There yet.
Also, wait. You're going to have to edge yourself. Look at the profile picture. What is that? Like a weird bread plushie? What is that? It's
I don't know.
cool. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Zooming into my forehead.
Yeah,
My
I'm
forehead
zooming
is
in
so
too.
big, you can
Sleeper,
tell your
what is your
future.
profile picture? Explain. Anyway, to answer the question, what's a good method to learn about more BDSM techniques? Honestly, all the videos on my channel, if you haven't watched them, like go watch them. I did a super massive guide on how to be a Dom, and I released one like yesterday as well, a 2-hour video on Dom. So I'd go do that. Like, if you've had negative interactions with the community, I understand. I guess maybe a question is, are you male or female? Because that will slightly change my answer to you. If you're a man, then I would say like go learn some stuff. If you're a female, I'd say focus more on safety and finding a good teacher. But okay, you're a male. Yeah, if you've had negative interactions, that's fine. Like I get that. I'm not massively in communities of BDSM. I never really have been. I just figured it all out myself. I would say more than anything, just try a bunch of different stuff. Like Google a lot of stuff that you want to try. Like go watch my videos and all of that, and just find some partners or one partner who wants to explore it with you. You do not have to be the expert. I think especially I'm assuming you're more dominant. I don't know, but I'm making an assumption. But there's an assumption with dominance that you have to be an expert. Now, fuck that, man. Like when I started this whole journey of BDSM, I would just say to each woman, I have no idea what I'm doing. Do you want to try and figure out ropes with me? We'll just learn. Hey, I bought this vibrator. I don't know how it works. Do you want to explore it with me? And I just Google YouTube videos and stuff. So I promise you don't have to be an expert. It's actually pretty fun to figure it out with someone else because you're both learning together. So honestly, just experiment. But go on my channel right now, and the most recent video that I did, it was called like how to be a dominant with 3 experienced BDSM DOMs. We literally all talk about how to get started with BDSM. It's like a 2-hour podcast. I could answer all these questions, but yeah. Cody says, quick question. My wife and I have been working towards transitioning from monogamy to polyamory. After 20 years, I'm struggling with my game and I want to get better at flirting and small talk. That is just practice doing it more. Like, I know that's not a sexy answer, but just go talk to more people and you'll get better at this. That's all I did. Like, I don't really have a sexier answer for you than just that. Maybe we'll finish up whenever Jack gets back. Where did you go, Jack? Where are you, Jack? How dare you walk out right in the outro? But I appreciate all the rest of you being here. This was fun. This was a blast. I said to Jack before we started, I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to come because this is a weird time that I've never streamed at before. It's like midday my time, and it's like a weird time in the USA for all of you. Isn't it like 3 a.m. or some shit? It's like midnight. So thank you for all coming. This was a blast. Thank you for great questions. And now we're going to sit here in awkward silence until Jack comes back. Sleeper, you say, all right, I'm dominant. Curious about rigging. So if you're saying rigging is in like actual suspension, which is where you lift someone up from the ground, do not fucking do that until you've done a lot of training. But if you're just talking about like a little bit of like light shibari and, you know, wrapping people up in ropes and stuff like that, just experiment, man. And just like watch some tutorials, start slowly. You'll be fine. All right.
All right.
Also, look at this. Look at this for a pickup line. Look at this on the screen. What a pickup line. That's how girls pick guys up. What are you doing
That's
today?
a good. How you do it?
That's not bad.
I mean, you're.
What? No, go. What were you gonna say?
Oh, your online dating opener. I still use that. So great. Like,
what's my online dating opener?
Hey, you're sexy. I'm XYZ. What are you up to? It works so well.
Yeah. Like, that's all I say when I talk to someone. I'm just like, yo, you're fucking cute or you're sexy. Like, I'm Andy. What's up? Like, what are you doing? Are you single? Like, it's not fancy. I'm like, not fancy. I'm just like, what's up? Hey, hello. Hiya.
Doesn't have to be so hard. Ugh. People overcomplicate this.
Sleeper says, update. He wants a Substack update.
You're overdue on the Substack update. Good sir will bombard the memes. Am I? Like,
yep.
Still post every week? Or do you mean like I'm not shilling it enough? That could be a thing. Like, no, yeah. I still post every week. We're almost at 1,300 subscribers with 75 paid members. The goal is 200 members, and the only one that controls that is me providing value. And so far, I've provided enough value for 75 people to pay me coffee a month. The goal is 200. Why is that the goal? Because I want to be able to have a stable income from being an author. That's the goal. I'm very honest about that. Like, am I going to change my content, though, for it? No, I'm not going to appeal to the masses. I'm not going to do red meat clickbait bullshit. I just write what I know, and so far people have found value in it. And maybe, dear viewer, dear listener, you will find value in it too. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Jack Napier. I've been doing this for about 5 years. I also have a channel that you can check out if you're interested in that. And I will put the link to that right here. There you go. In the chat. There you go. My channel is in the chat. So, yeah.
Mr. Jack Napier.
I know, right? Online personal trainer, narrator, and now also author.
Owner of messy hair.
I know. My hair will go on, man. My hair will go on. One day, it will be a silhouette of me, and people are like, oh, yeah, that's Jack. That's his hair. That's his hair. I thought about it. Yeah. Like, every now and then I do style it a bit because I've got, like, natural wavy hair. So every now and then hair oil and leave-in conditioner. I don't know. I just love the frizz, man. I don't want to cut it off. I'm turning gray, though, which is cool. Like, can you imagine this full head of hair being fully gray? It's like, damn, that would look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some gray happening. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
All right, homie, let's start wrapping up. Just like I never do before I see all of your mothers. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you being here. You can check Jack out if you just search for Jack Napier. He put his channel there, which I'm showing on the screen, but you didn't put the sexy link. You put the one with all the letters and the numbers and
I know. I don't have
the little at symbol. You don't have the sexy link.
I don't have the
like at Jack Napier.
Oh. No, I do have that for
What?
Substack. It's jacknapier.substack.com. I don't know why I don't have a sexy link. I don't
Make
know
it, you
why.
crazy asshole.
I also have a Twitter if people care
No,
about
you're
that.
so full of shit. Yes, you do. You literally have the sexy link because I just got
Where?
it when I went to your YouTube channel. It's on your fucking YouTube channel. Just type in
I
Jack
didn't
Napier
know
and click
that.
on your YouTube channel.
Well, okay. Thank you. We'll do that then.
Two beautiful boomers trying to figure out technology. Check Jack
there
out
it
on
is.
YouTube.
There it is.
Check
Let me
Jack
change
out on
that.
Twitter.
And let me
Jack's
change
just
that.
figuring out YouTube now.
I know.
He's made 1,000 videos, ladies and gentlemen. You have
Have
literally
I?
made 1,000 videos. Yes, you fucking have.
Oh my God.
1,037 videos. Wait,
Oh my God.
actually, that's more than me.
What?
Shit, I'm at 989. Fuck.
Oh, dude, you have how many more subscribers than I do? 10-fold, 20-fold?
At least
Holy-
3 more subscribers than you.
Holy shit. You've got 20 times the subscribers I do. Jesus.
At least 3.
Hard work does not pay off, it seems. Hard work does not pay off.
Crime pays. Crime pays. All right, ladies. All right, gentlemen. All right, Jack. Let's get
This
the
was
fuck out
fun,
of here.
man. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
So glad.
Whatever your goals might be, whether that's money, relationships, sex and dating, fitness, health, friendships, whatever, we are here to help you make those beautiful goals come to life. Ed did it. Taylor did it. Harry did it. None of them are special. If you're listening to this, you know you're capable of more than you're currently giving. You already want something more than what everybody else around you seems to be content with. You want to achieve more, be more, give more to the world. You know it, and I know it. You're destined for something beautiful. Click the link to the coaching in the description below, and let us help you get there. Happiness starts today.